All right, today I thought I'd show you this folding work table that I made. I made it years ago. I was doing construction at the time, and I have a garage, but I need to be able to get everything out of the way in case I need to pull my van in. So I thought I'd show it to you today, how it folds up. I'll lay it down just so you can see it a little bit better. You see, just fold the two legs in, fold the top down, and that's it. I just laid it down so that you could see it fold a little bit easier. Now I'll show you some more details on how I made it. All right, so when I first made this table, I just made it out of 1x3s. I think I ripped 1x6s in half and used a Craig tool to make the legs, but eventually it fell apart. So if you can see now I did it 2 layers. You see I staggered the joints on the legs. So it's much kind of easier to make. I didn't have to use a Craig tool. I just nailed straight through. But you see I overlapped all the joints, so it's much stronger than it was before. And at the time, all I had was 1/2 inch plywood, so I have a 1/2 inch plywood top. I'm going to put a 3/4 inch plywood top on it today. All right, so here's an underside view. Figured you can see a little bit more how I made it so things go together. See, when the leg comes down, you see it's got that block on top to hold the top up, but I left a space for the hinges to bypass. All right, so I did that on both sides. And the piano hinge makes it stronger than just a regular, like a door hinge. And then top folds down. All right, now the first thing I'm going to do is take the old top off, and then I can show you a little more detail on how I made the legs. Okay, so here now you can see how I staggered the joints. I got one board on one side to go one way, and the other one it's jointed the other way. Same thing, top and bottom, same thing. Took some time to figure that out. And you see it's only one leg on each side, 2 legs in the front. And there's just one top in the back, or one little stub in the back to hold the top up. And that's been fine. And you see how it closes. Of course, now I left a lot more space than I needed. But then, again, like I said, that board doesn't quite need to be that wide. And I'm hoping I don't have to reinforce the top, the 3/4 inch top, like I did the 1/2 inch. So that's what I'm hoping. All right, so the original tabletop was 30 inches by 48 inches because at the time that's all I had was a 30-inch piece of 1/2 inch plywood. But this time I want to make it 32 inches, and I'm going to add 5 inches for the offset of my circular saw. Okay, so I figured out which side I want for the top and put that on the bottom for now, since I have it upside down. And if you can see, I made a pencil line for where my hinges are going to go, so I can line them up. Figured out where I want it side to side, so everything is nice and even. And I'll screw it back on. I'm going to keep using these 3/8 screws. They worked fine for the 1/2 inch, so didn't have any problems. Okay, so next I got I need some stops for my legs. So it just so happens my overhang is 1.5 inches, and I had these blocks that are 1.5 inches. So they'll work perfect. But I think I'm going to put a little glue on them. Give them a little extra strength as I'm pushing the legs back. They're going to keep hitting against it. All right, one thing I didn't have before was these little shims. Because every once in a while I'd move the table, my legs would come in. So I'm going to put these shims there so that when they're in the leg, when I'm closing or opening the leg, it hits that shim, rides up, and then it'll lock in place. So I've always wanted to do that, but I never did. Now's my chance. So again, I'll put a little glue on that because there's not going to be a lot to hold it. So I'm going to have to glue that pretty good. Like I said, not going to be much to hold it. I'm just going to use my pin gun and pin it on. And leave a little space because I don't want it too tight. All right, that should be it. All right, there we go. Let's see how it works. I'll have to lift it up a little bit because of those shims, which I always did anyway. Folds up real easy. You can see I'm going to have to sand those shims a little bit. Yeah, it works good. Locks right into place. I'm going to have to sand those shims. I'm catching on the very edge. But, yeah, and it's a good strong table. It's a good strong table. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Of course, you make it your own way. That's why I didn't go into too much detail on how I did it. You can make it your own way. So maybe I'll add some other pictures of other things that I've done too, so you can see this isn't the first or only thing I've made.